Shalom, Makim. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and our apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the earth, and also the brothers that teach his word in sincerity. This is the brother Iwa Lumia from the GMS Chicago branch. Come back at you with another lesson. Just basically entitled this lesson, how we must be careful, especially in this truth. Because what? We know that he works for the left-hand side. He sent, things like what? He try to send agents against us. He try to point out our weaknesses and different things like that. Satan also, but at the end of the day, it's important for us to be, to be careful in this truth. So this is the book of Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Right? We should not be in the haste, to basically to do certain things. Because at the end of the day, we're out to remain spiritual. Because sometimes it be points where we want to get carnal with these devils, whatever the case may be. Learning about this truth, it teaches you how to be wise. To how to handle certain situations. When things come. But we still have to be careful because what? We have different things in this world that is against us. These demons. Esau, So it's important that we not walk as fools, but as what? But as wise. And that's what the scriptures ultimately teach us, how to be wise and how to move. This is the book of 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right? He's trying to, when we fall, he's trying to make sure that we stay down. He's trying to find, our weaknesses, like I said before, different things like that, to ultimately get us off our game, different things like that. That's why we must be careful at all times. Because what? Spiritual demon Satan, he on the left-hand side is trying to ultimately, take us, take us down, as a roaring lion walking about seeking whom he may devour. And right, Satan wants us more than anything, That's why we must be careful, stick to the scriptures, and everything that our apostles, our elders on down, has taught us, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Let's continue. Salaki, give me 1 second. This is the book of Romans 8:6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Right, to be carnally minded is death. Because what? Especially talking about when you do certain things, spiritual demon Satan, what they try to make us carnal. They try to get us, try to get us out of that spiritual mindset, basically, And ultimately, to be carnal is death. Talking about these other camps that's out here, they have guns and different things like that, and it's ultimately going to be to that destruction. Because what? It's basically trying to create a case on you. Especially here in the society, us being in captivity still, he is trying to make a case on you. That's why I said, the title of the lesson, we still, have to be careful, especially in these times. Speaking to myself first and foremost. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Right, to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because when you read these scriptures, when you know about the scriptures, it teach you how to be spiritual, And once you become spiritual, things to follow, like being wise and different things like that, This is the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? Ultimately, Satan can't get an advantage over us, even though he tries. We're not ignorant of his devices. We know what he is trying to do. That's why I said we still have to be careful, though. Even though we know his devices, he come with different type of devices. He tries to throw you off your game. Tries to accuse you of certain things like that. Talking about spiritual demons Satan also, That's why we have to be careful in this walk, especially in this truth. Because what? If you're not careful, it's easy to, to lose ground and they catch you off guard. You know? We are not ignorant of his devices, and especially talking about he comes with many devices, as I said before. To take you off your game, to make you carnal, different things like that. This is the book of Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Right, we're sent forth towards the world as sheep. We're preaching this word, and different things like that. We're sent out there as sheep. In the midst of wolves, yeah. Because what? These people, every time we preach, or the case may be, they be ready to tear us up when they don't hear nothing they like. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Right, when we out there teaching, we have to do things, in order, just to make sure, things go smoothly and different things like that. That's why, being wise, is very important also. We know how to move, reading the scriptures, we know how to act, different things like that. Wise as serpents is harmless as doves. Right. And it teaches us how to be careful also, because being careful ultimately, makes us not carnal. It basically keeps us spiritual. Because that's what we ought to be at the end of the day, is being spiritual. But I'm gonna end it off right there. Salaki, I was jumping around everywhere, but it's important that we be careful in this truth, especially in these times. So Lord, I hope this is edifying to the elect. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone, talking this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the earth, and also the brothers and sisters who are in sincerity. Lord, I hope this is edifying, and Lord, want to come back with another lesson soon. Shalom.